Welcome back. In this session we're actually going to cut the air passage for our ocarina. Right here is the air passage, and this is a cross section of our ocarina. Here is a finished ocarina. You can see the air passage right here where the popsicle stick is sticking. Here's the opening where the air comes out and gets cut, and then here are the 4 pitch holes. Okay, and this being a cross section of this same one, almost fits it. This is what we need to do. First we're going to take our popsicle stick and stick it in the top here to kind of cut the top opening. Then we're going to actually pull that clay up and clean it all out so it's nice and clean. And then we're going to take this stick out and put it through the wind passage this way. Then comes the tricky part. While we're holding this one still, we have to take this flat-ended popsicle stick and actually touch it down into the other popsicle stick and cut out this little section here so there's a 45-degree angle here and a 45-degree angle with the wind passage, right? This piece coming in. And then we're going to clear that little section out, and then it should work. So here we go. Here is our ocarina from our last session. Okay, here's the back and the front together. We're going to be working with the front. You want to make sure that the top is nice and smooth and that here inside is nice and smooth as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my pointed stick, and you can kind of feel on the inside with your fingers how far and deep that goes in. And what you want to do is you want to be coming right in where that rounded clay end is. So it's about right here. I'm feeling with my fingers. And as I poke it in, you can see it coming through right there. So then I'm going to take this and I'm going to just push it down, and I'm going to lift it up a little bit, and I'm going to use my finger to kind of clear all this junk out. We don't want that in there anymore. Okay, and I'm just going to lift this up and kind of round it out a little bit. So when I look at it, this is what it's going to look like on the top. Then we want to stick this popsicle stick right towards that. And we want to keep it nice and horizontal. We don't want to angle it up or angle it down. We want to keep it nice and horizontal with the top. Okay, with this top of it. So I'm going to stick it right in the end. Okay, and you can kind of see that there. I'm going to stick it through, and I'm going to hold it like this just to kind of guide it and make sure it's flat. And I'm wanting it to come out right underneath. Now this is going to be kind of hard because my camera is too low, but I want it to come out right underneath here, and I'll show you as it comes through. Here it's poking through. Hopefully you can kind of see that. There it is, kind of poking through, and we want it to come right along the top, right like that. So you can see it's kind of bumped up along the top edge of the roof there, if we call that the roof, and it's clean. It's a nice clean incision there, and if I pull this out, you should be able to see through. If I kind of move it back and forth, you can see the light through there. Okay, now is the hard part. This is the tricky part. You have to hold the popsicle stick in this direction, and then you have to cut a 45-degree angle this direction. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to actually have to turn this around a little bit because I have to hold the popsicle stick in one hand so it doesn't move, and then you push the flat-edged popsicle stick in this direction on a 45-degree angle until you hit the popsicle stick underneath. Okay, so here we go. I'm pushing it in, and then I'm going to kind of just rotate it and rock this clay up and push it out, or rather pull it out like that, and you can see that 45-degree angle right here. Now I'm going to just kind of take the popsicle stick and I'm going to swipe this extra stuff off the top, coming from the inside and kind of swiping it out like that. And then we've got to do some cleaning up. Okay, so like right here, this 45-degree angle, we want it to be nice and smooth, and then this front part here, we want it to be nice and straight up and down. So I'm actually going to have to get my popsicle stick in here and kind of angle it so it's nice and straight. Then you do really want to have all of this stuff cleared up and smoothed out so there's no little nubbins that are going to detract from the air making its way out properly. Okay, so there we go. Now if I pull this popsicle stick, here's my popsicle stick, if I pull this out, it's going to take a little bit of clay with it. And if I look underneath here now, I've got kind of a smooth part right here. I've got a smooth little part here, and I'm actually going to smooth it out a little bit more with my fingernails. Okay, And what we have to do, I'm going to stick it back in here just to kind of clean it up one more time. Sometimes you have to dry the popsicle stick off so it doesn't kind of take the clay with it. And I'm just going to redefine this 45-degree angle here. And by doing that, I'm just going to kind of gently rock my popsicle stick back and forth until I get the clay down like right on the edge of the popsicle stick. And then I'm going to slide it out again. Now, this should work. If I hold my hand on this side and blow, it makes a sound now because we've got that 45-degree angle working nicely, and it's cutting the air coming through that wind passage. And if I cover that back hole, it should work. Okay? Now the trick is not ruining this while we stick the back half on in the next session. So there you go. That's how to make the 45-degree angle cut. Maybe I'll turn it this way. 45-degree angle cut into the ocarina so that we get this cross section here and a 45-degree angle there.